Hello everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 on Pallegney, France here. Since last episode, I finished all the baling that we were working on here, so all our hay fields that were ready to be mowed are done. Also did some more planting here off camera as well. Got field 34 planted here, planted soybeans on this field. And speaking of planting soybeans, by the way, I did have to go ahead and pick up the other planting module, the actual planter module here for this NEXAT thing here. I'm not 100% sure what to call this thing, carrier unit, tractor, harvester, and, all in one, whatever you want to call this thing, Evan. So, yeah, I had to pick up the row crop unit for that. So that was another $90,000 or something like that. Evan, it's not cheap here. Yes. So actually, no, I was off by $250,000. I was off by about $60,000 there. Another $250,000 on that module, Evan. So far, we have obviously the main carrier unit itself, I guess, the carrier vehicle as they call it. We got the seed hopper, we got the cultivator, we've got the drill, and then we've got the planter, the row crop planter. So yeah. One other thing, was it this one? Yes, I was looking at, we should probably look at picking up a weeder here of some sorts. So yeah, this is the hoe here, but $160,000 for that hoe. I don't know about you folks. I think we can, let's see once here, going up to weeders. There we go. We can pick up a weeder much cheaper. Is it this one? Yeah, hoe. $36,000, Evan. So I think we're probably going to go with this one right here. Far cheaper. Yeah, we do have the horse one too, but I mean, $95,000 versus $36,000. I think you folks know what we're gonna do. We'll see once. Maybe in the future we'll spend the money. If we want to spend like another $200,000 to get the hoe upgrade for this. I'm not sure how that hoe upgrade would attach on here. I have to go look at that one there. Does this one directly attach? This can be used in the first growing stage. Yeah. This tool requires a module in between and cannot be mounted directly to the carrier. Wonder where that gets mounted to. I think I have actually mounted this already, and I just don't remember where this goes here again on this particular one. I'm trying to remember now. Yeah. Obviously, it goes facing this way, but don't recall exactly where that gets mounted here again. I'm assuming it's got to get mounted under here, I would think. Which I would assume means the cedar portion needs to stay on for that. And I would assume it. Anyway, we've got one more field that needs to be planted yet. I'm planning on doing a corn on that field here. Oh boy, we got to be that one. There we go. Switch over to corn. And we've got field 29 yet that needs to be planted. Like I said, planning on putting corn on that field. Now, for those you're wondering, am I going to be using this as a harvester? Well, we already have a harvester, Evan, so the answer is probably not. At least not yet, anyway. I figured the easiest way to get down to the field, this might be a little bit longer, but I think it's going to be the easiest way. We're just going to take this road here all the way down to the end. And we'll come out on the top corner of that field there. Like I said, probably not technically the quickest route, but I think it'll be the easiest route, just a straight shot there, pretty much. Obviously, as you can see, Evan, this is not the easiest machine, in my opinion, to drive. It is also quite long. Like, oh my goodness, I'm like, this is one long machine here. So, getting it through some of the tight corners here, yeah, good luck with that. And at the very least, I'm going to we'll probably do some headland work ourselves. I think this is the only thing we have to do here at the moment. The animals should actually be all set. So yeah, we just got to get this field planted, and then we need to get a little weeding done as well, like I said. Once that's done, then we're probably good to go ahead and start skipping some more time here. So yes, there's our field. I think that's that one right there, I believe. The one with all the lovely weeds on it. Luckily, we got a cultivator attached to this thing, so we can take care of them at the same time, right? Okay, folding out the transformer here. I was actually looking at this. I thought these tires had something to do with the folding out of them, but no, that actually is just the the giant foot that folds down here. For those, actually, we'll just do this here again. Fold up everyone. Yeah, we'll go down to this end. It's going to fold up the other end here first. But for those who have not seen how this thing folds out here, I think we got a pretty good view here. So we'll start on the other end here first, so give it a minute. This giant foot is going to fold down. Then it folds, that's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a weird way of doing it if you ask me. I didn't notice that before. Apparently that's where the radiator is in there. Oh, we actually want to fold it out here, so. Okay, and we should be ready to start planting here. Although I'm going to get steering assist set up here. Again, we're probably just going to dump that down to about 13 meters here. 2 headlands, three headlands? Sure, why not? Should be good. Turn that on, lower it down, lock on the steering. Away we go. On the steering. There we go. Okay, actually, let me align this here so I don't miss so much. Off camera, actually no, it was live stream, that's what it was. On the live stream, I was noticing here, and you folks probably noticed I complained about this here last episode, or thought maybe I was anyway. I was forgetting to turn on the steering assist. It turns out I don't think I'm actually forgetting to turn on the steering assist. What is happening with this is apparently it gets turned off as soon as you turn it on. I've had this actually happen several times where I've turned on the steering assist, only for the steering assist to immediately get turned back off on this machine. So, again, had a few issues with that last episode. Again, I thought maybe I was just forgetting to turn it on, but then, yeah, a little bit more playing around with this, I noticed, like, oh, no. I most likely am not forgetting to turn it on. It is turning it off as soon as I turn it on. Hopefully I actually get this to happen here or not. Gonna make this turn. No. Tree in the way. Probably should have backed around for the turn rather than trying to go around the turn this way. Notice I am keeping the cab to the inside of the field here. There's actually a couple reasons for that one. One, probably the most obvious reason, is if you have the cab facing to the outside of the field, well, it's going to get in the way of anything that's along the edge of the field. Like, trees and stuff like that. And I don't know that these trees over here will actually get in the way. Did we run out of something here? Oh, no, we're good. Okay. I'm just looking backwards here. I'm like, that don't look good. I think Giants really needs to fix that one. There's some graphical glitching going on when it comes to any sort of field work. And you look backwards, Evan. But then second reason, everyone, for keeping the cab to the inside part of the field here, at least on your first pass anyway, if the cab is outside the field, it will not turn on the steering assist for this field. Some of you folks, kind of annoying. Like, really? Come on. That's the way it is, I guess. I don't know. Okay, while we're going up and down the field there, let's go pick up that weeder here a minute. We're going to need it, or either that we need a sprayer, and I figure this is probably cheaper and easier, so buying. We did borrow a significant amount of money here, by the way, for those of you wondering here. We've got a pretty good payment going here every month, that one. So, yeah, we might have to borrow some money for the foreseeable future until we get our income up here a little bit. This contraption here is not cheap, and it's costing us a pretty good fortune. Thankfully for the financing model, we can actually buy it right away and not have to, save up, a couple $1 million for it. We can just borrow the money, right? But between the financing and actually borrowing money using the loan system, hopefully we can get this thing paid for. Are we going to fit along here? Ooh, that's going to be close. I don't know if we're going to be able to get right to that edge there. Again, one of the maybe downsides of this particular machine, I'm like, yeah, We got tires that are outside of the work area here. Yeah, we're getting stuck on this, aren't we? Thinking future, but we're probably going to have to, like, maybe reduce the size of this field here a little bit. Oh, and it gets even tighter up here. Oh, my. Yeah, I think we're going to end up taking the paint tool. I'm going to just go around that and widen that out by a significant margin there. Or, well, actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. This is the cow pen I want to get rid of. I don't know if this will let me get rid of it or not, but if I can, and that is the plan, by the way, I do want to, like, completely get rid of it. Like, I don't want it. I want it's going to be gone. Again, don't know if it's going to let me do that or not, but if it can, that is going to be the ideal plan, in my opinion, to completely get rid of this pen, which will get rid of that fence. I wonder that might take care of our problem right there, so maybe I don't even have to worry about it then. Maybe I'll wait to do anything until I know for sure I can either not or can get rid of this cow pen here. If I can't get rid of it, we're probably going to end up just, like, selling that property there then, because, like, yeah, no sense keeping that property if we can't actually use it. Again, the problem there, everyone, is we have milk cows, and those milk cows are not producing milk because apparently that pen doesn't support milk. Didn't realize that was even an option here when it came to the game. Yeah, there again, I turned on the steering assist, but yeah, notice it's, oh, there it stayed on. Keeps getting turned off. Exactly what I was talking about here a moment ago. It'll just keep getting turned off on you. That sign have a collision on it? Doesn't look like it did. Good. I mean, kind of annoying otherwise. Again, just a reminder, when it comes to the cows, Evan, I'm waiting for these cows to go up in health. Once they're up in health, they're gone. They're out of here. And I didn't sell them right away because I wanted them to gain a little bit of money here first, so we make at least a little bit money back on them. We're not going to make a lot, but at least we'll make a little bit money on them. So, again, waiting for their health to go back up here. We're at 52% already. Once their health is back up, then they're, like I said, gone. Out of here. They ran out of water, by the way. That's why the health is so low. And I'm telling you, folks, like, you run out of water, their health instantly, like, goes down to 0, it seems like. However, you give them water for, like, 2 days straight. I mean, it takes, like, days and days for their health to go back up, right? Like, come on, really? The fact that the pen does not actually hold enough water for you to sleep through the night is extremely annoying, in my opinion. Another reason why we're going to get rid of that stupid cow pen pasture over there. We have the money for it. I plan to put down another robotic cow barn, but I don't know if we'll have the money for it now. We'll see once here. If we do, that is the plan. Well, like I said, once we get this headland done, we'll hop over, grab one of our other tractors there, grab the weeder, and then we'll go start weeding on, was it field 35? Yes, field 35. The other two fields, 34, 33 of them, they were plowed. I don't think they'll need to be weeded. Just 34 needs it, though. And then 29 here, once we're done planting this field will need it as well. And then also, you probably noticed all these fields also need another application of fertilizer. Actually, no, field 35 does not. All but 35 need another application of fertilizer. Yeah, because 35 is actually good already. What happens when you cultivate in your root crops? Well, once we get the first headland done, I mean, it's not so bad after this here. That first headland, you know, depending on the field there, a little bit problematic sometimes here. And just a reminder here, by the way, if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. Once you are subscribed, don't forget to turn on your notifications as well. Get notified of the next latest, greatest episode going live here on Pallegney. Or any other, mischief we might be up to as well. As always, if you like the video, don't forget to click that thumbs up icon as well. And if you'd like to join us on our multiplayer server, you can find our multiplayer server information down below in the description there. Again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. Okay, gotta finish this pass up this one, and then we'll throw a hired worker on this. Hopefully the hired worker can take over from there. I'm a little concerned with the hired worker maybe trying to plant some of this stuff along here. Hopefully he doesn't try to do that. We'll see how it goes. If he does, we might end up having to plant this field ourselves here. You never know. We'll throw the hired worker on it and see what he does. I guess we could always put Forestry on it as well if we had to. Then tell Forestry to skip the headlands here since the headlands are done already. Another radiator over on this side too. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like there's a radiator here as well. Okay, there we go. Let's switch this over to the hired worker here. Now, when it comes to the hired worker, we got to make sure we set the hired worker here as well to 13 meters. Otherwise, he'll probably try the 14 meters and miss a whole bunch. Don't want that happening if we can help it. Hopefully, maybe Giants will fix some of these issues, Evan. Again, when it comes to steering assist getting turned on and off, that's annoying. The widths don't seem to be quite right with steering assist either. So just getting some of that stuff fixed, I think it'll make this a little bit better pack here, but hopefully we'll see once. Anyway, let's go grab another tractor, everyone. This tractor's gonna be big enough. I might just grab the big tractor. And when I say the big tractor, our Claas 920. Although technically I say big tractor, but this is no longer our big tractor because we now have that NEXAT. That is technically probably our biggest tractor at 650 horsepower, something like that. Surprisingly, I haven't tipped the tractor over yet. Yeah, I mentioned my lovely terraforming over here when it comes to the cow pen. Yeah. Don't think I'll need to wait on the front here with this weeder. Oh, I guess technically I wouldn't. Not with this tractor. Anyway, I wouldn't think. There we go. Oh, I seen that front end bounce a little bit when we picked it up. Feels like we're steering pretty good yet, though. I think we're okay without a weight. Claas 920, as far as I know, is Claas's largest, like, non-articulating or what would you call it in the Claas's case? Because Claas doesn't really have articulating tractors. Non-four-wheel drive tractors. Although this one technically is four-wheel drive, although I don't think that's a class of front-wheel assist, maybe. But let's get some steering assist going for this one here. Steering assist. Yeah, that shall be good. One headland, huh? Or if the next guy wants to sit here doing 3 and 4 headlands sometimes, but for this, now one's good. Probably should have set that 2 to be honest, but we'll see how it goes here. But yeah, like I said, largest regular tractor here. Otherwise, you get into Klaus's other tractors, shall we say. And I don't know if you really consider these to be... Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. I don't believe this is articulated at all as far as I know. I think it's just 4-wheel steer. Kind of looks like it might be articulated, but I don't think so, but... None of Klaus's other large tractors like that, to my knowledge, are articulated, and they're all just 4-wheel steer. Or even maybe 2-wheel steer, I guess, depending on what modes and what kind you have, but... Large frame, 4-wheel drive tractors. For most other manufacturers, they are articulated, but for Klaus, they are not. The thing I noticed with this particular tractor is how far the cab sits forward of the tires here compared to some. Now, sometimes that cab is more like back here, right? Like we're past the rear tires, but here, cab ends even before halfway on the tires, it looks like. We let's just, for example here, I don't know, John Deere 8R. John Deere actually 8R is fairly close. It's maybe a little bit further back, not by much. Nope. Thought we had more time than that. Nope. Nice thing about the hoe oven, once we buy it, it is free to remove the weeds, other than maybe having to pay for the hired worker. We don't have to sit here buying chemicals and spray and all that good stuff. Just run this over it, and depending on your conditions, Evan, it will remove most of the weeds. Or in our case, it should be removing all the weeds. Yeah, it is. So as long as your field isn't absolutely just full of weeds, it will remove them, everyone. I would think the weeder would remove most of the weeds here in this case as well. I'm not sure, but going with the hoe just to be safe. Oh yeah, that's pretty close to center here as well. Center on that axle, back of the cab. But again, if you look at this one, we are past, like center is like right back here. We're, I don't know how much that would be, but it looks like maybe a foot back from the center of the axle or something like that, right? I presume there's probably a reason for that. I mean, I'm not sure what the reason would be, but... Anyway, let's head over to the comment section. Well, let's see what you folks had to say here for last episode. Reminder again, always enjoy reading all your comments, so if you got something to say, throw it down below. YouTube improved their app here a while back. I mean, now you got to go like through 2 additional steps here to see your comments now. It used to be just you went down to the comments along the bottom tab and boom, there's all your comments. But now you got to go to community, and then you got to go to comments, and then you got to go view all. It improved the system, right? Yeah, at least that's what they say. Anyway, to the comments here. Tim was saying a farmer in Illinois demoed a Case IH 580 Quadtrac with a Horsch 9RT disc harrow. Ooh, nice. I believe the Horsch 9RT disc harrow, I believe that's a high-speed vertical tillage, if I remember correctly. Tim was also saying, can you please grow some corn for silage? Yes, we definitely need to probably look at doing that one. We don't have the equipment for doing silage, but we'll see once. Maybe by the time we get to harvest time, we'll have to look at getting it. Because we definitely need some silage for our cows, at least if we want to keep giving them mixed rations. Which ideally I would like to do. Although I don't know. Again, that whole cow barn debacle, I mean, I don't know if we're actually getting mixed rations or not. Because I've never seen any mixed rations actually show up there. Again, all the straw, hay, and silage is getting consumed. But I'm never seeing anything that actually like shows up as a result of that. So, I don't know. Austin was saying from watching the videos of the actual machine, I'm assuming he's talking about the NEXAT here. From watching videos of the NEXAT machine, they are set up to work on tram system, where they always drive down the same tire path and don't plant in those tire tracks. Oh, okay. That would possibly make sense for some of what I called some pretty, I think, in my opinion, significant design flaws for that piece of equipment. There's still the one where you turn the cab at one. I don't know what that would look like in real life. I would have to assume in rear life there's got to be something there. Like, come on, guys. That seems like a pretty serious design flaw where you have that monitor, like, right smack dab in the way of your view. Like, oh, my goodness. That might just be a flaw in the game, though. I don't know. But then, yeah, of course, we got the tires driving over crop you've already planted. Doesn't seem good. But, yeah, that makes sense if you're doing a tram setup. Bit of a antiquated form of farming, I would argue. But, you know, then again, what European farming isn't antiquated here, everyone, right? Like, pretty much when it comes to European farming and antiquated, I think those terms kind of go hand in hand, it seems like. Dustin was saying, good video. Thank you very much for that. Always appreciated. Norton was saying, it's good that the boss baby helps in the kitchen, too. Yes, the boss baby likes to help. And actually, speaking of the boss baby, she is not joining us here today. She is actually taking a nap at the moment. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky. She'll wake up before we end the video here. She'll have something to say. But otherwise, she's napping at the moment. So, no boss baby joining us. I was gonna say though, she likes being in the kitchen with us though. Norton was saying, you're going to be the talk of the town on that rig. Talking about the NEXAT there again. Oh, man, yeah. Can you imagine, Evan, if we were actually doing this here in real life? Like, let's say we had a real-life farm here, everyone, and we decided to buy that machine in real life and start farming here with it. Like, can you imagine what all those townspeople out there would be saying? Probably laughing us out of town, to be honest. That thing, yeah, I don't know. Again, I mean, I still don't quite fully understand, like, why would somebody want to buy that machine, everyone? I'd have to maybe if I went and looked at the real life prices, everyone, because I don't know, maybe the real life prices aren't necessarily reflective of what they show in the game here. I'd like to think Giants prices would be pretty close of it, but maybe they're not. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, just assuming Giants prices are fairly close of them, like, financially speaking, buying that thing is not a good idea, it doesn't seem like. That is a very, very expensive piece of machinery. And we could buy other stuff cheaper. I don't know about to say better, but we could buy other equipment cheaper. Let's put it that way. Some of it much cheaper. Like this hoe right here. One, like, much cheaper compared to the, what was it, $200,000 hoe option for that NEXAT? Like, oh my goodness. NEXAT hoe better be made out of solid gold or something. Oh, yikes. Okay, there we go. That does it for this field. And unfortunately, looking at time, I think that needs to do it here for this episode as well. We're going to finish planting that one. Once we're done planting, I'll probably run the hoe across that field as well. And then we do have some fertilizer work that needs to be done. Oh, wow, he's doing like a skip row system here. Huh, interesting. Well, anyway, again, everyone, thanks for watching. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching. And until next time.